Face to face in this trashy bar. Another glass and I am going places. Makes me laugh about the irony of everything. I like the way you're thinking. I don't really care about the music on the dance floor. I don't really mind all the smokers in the bathroom. I don't care at all, baby. You got my attention. So you were saying, oh no, I don't see the logic of things. It's quite a lonely world that we're living in. Oh baby, you are something special, I'm sure. Everything makes total sense when you're next to me. Times another drink and I'll go anywhere. The way you smell, like a flash in the universe. You are illuminating. I don't really care about the people in the bar line. I don't really mind all the who goes doing stage dives. I don't care at all, baby. You got my attention. So you were saying, I don't see the logic of things. It's quite a lonely world that we're living in. Oh baby, you are something special, I'm sure. Everything makes total sense when you're next to me. Told you I could never let you go. I'm not so sure you believe me, but if I mean to show you, I will never let you go. No, 'cause you don't see the logic of things. It's quite a lonely world that we're living in. Oh baby, you are something special, I'm sure. Everything makes total sense when you're next to me.
Wanna shake the ground, wanna break away, let loose. I'm tired of waiting, gotta make that move. All the neon signs, now they shout to me and you to write our story. Wanna shape the new. Do you wanna come along with me? Come along with me. Do you wanna?
Something
from the moment of my open eye. Been looking for a guiding light to lead me on my way. Yeah, lost, struggling to make the top. A slipping grip can't hold me up. It's the game of life we play. When everything comes crashing down, be at your door when I hear the sound. You say the word and I'll stay the night. You wouldn't text if you moved on. You wouldn't keep me in your phone unless you knew that you were wrong. Now, from this moment rolling up, a speeding train can hold it up. You and I, we lost our way. You cheated light and ran away, and I got stuck with a knife in me. And this pain won't go away, but still. When everything comes crashing down, be at your door when I hear the sound. You say the word and I'll stay the night. You wouldn't text if you moved on. You wouldn't keep me in your phone unless you knew that you were wrong. But I hold on, but I hold on. I'm used to the pain, but baby, don't forget. It's all fun and game until the final step. That's when you overstep. You know that I'm weak, you exploit that, yeah. I'm down on my knees when you place your bet. Keep telling myself it's the last of it, but I hold on. When everything comes crashing down, be at your door when I hear the sound. You say the word and I'll stay the night. You wouldn't text if you moved on. You wouldn't keep me in your phone unless you knew stop this? Don't you wanna hold me anymore? Arguments spinning in circles, we're fighting for days, stuck in a phase. I think we're losing the reason. One word is all it takes, babe. Bursting out in cold flames, breathing, we are catching fire. Thought that we were wiser, going like the match, babe. Miss out on the good days, breathing, we are catching fire. Fire, 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 fire,
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here with Amy Porterfield.
Online marketing expert, Amy Porterfield.
She is very, very good, an incredible teacher.
And the host of the top-ranked podcast, Online Marketing Made Easy, Amy Porterfield.
Amy pushed me, she motivated me. There is something about Amy's community that is extra special. Amy encouraged me to think bigger.
And she truly has the biggest heart.
Girl, shake it off. You are going to be a success. I want to say it one more time. Crash and burns are the catalyst for the most powerful lessons that will catapult you into achieving those big, bold goals that you set for yourself this year.
I've watched you behind the scenes jump right in, and I've also watched you exceed even your own expectations of what they could do.
My message today for you is that digital courses can literally change your business and your life. I have a multi-million-dollar business with 2 courses, a few live launches a year, and 1 course on Evergreen. 95% of my revenue comes from my digital courses.
She gives you that permission to be as big as you want to be. I'm a big deal. We are all big deals.
Well, first of all, I have to start from a place of amazing gratitude because Amy, finding you has transformed my life.
It's going to be uncomfortable. That is the point. You wouldn't be here if you weren't willing to play a bigger game. Can I get an amen? I now believe that I am meant to be a big deal in this world. It took me a long time, and if you could get there faster than me, I really hope you do, because you show up differently, you sound different, you say things that are very different than you would have when you were playing small, and your whole life can change if you step into it.
And you are meant to be here. You are needed by your audience, by your students, by your customers, by your clients, and you are making an impact in this world.
Because after all, you are a freaking big deal. Thank you. Woo. Well, hello there, everyone. Hello. I am so excited to be here with you live right this minute. We are doing this. We are making it happen. We are diving into your future digital course, and I could not be more thrilled to go on this journey with you. Thank you so very much for being here, and I cannot wait to show you everything I've got planned for you today and a few surprises along the way, so get ready. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. First of all, I want you active in the chat. I point down because I have the chat right here. So I can see all of you, Jamie and Tara and Megan and Brittany. I see you, Elena. Hello, Kemi. Yes, Chris, Teresa. I'm so excited you're all here. I've got questions for you as I dive into today's training. And when I ask a question, I want you in the chat. I promise I will make this worth every minute of your time if you stay engaged. So let's go ahead and do this. Now, throughout this training, I'm going to be live on video, but also I am going to be jumping into my slides. So sometimes you'll see me right here live on video chatting with you, and then sometimes I'm going to go to my slides, and for some reason I can't go full screen on my slides. So let me see what's happening here. For some reason, the full screen is not working. This button right here, my team's just looking right now, but I will make it work and we're good to go. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. This is the 5 little known mistakes most course creators make and what to do instead. And while my team checks in on why I can't go full screen with my slides, I'm just gonna be here on camera with you beside my slides, which is part of my plan anyway. So here we go. I'm going to show you how you can make the ultimate shift from struggling to make money online, feeling confused as to how to make your business work, and possibly wanting to stop doing so much one-on-one work, to actually expanding your profits and your impact by adding just 1 digital course to your business. One digital course. I'm going to show you how to make this entire process easier. If you've thought about creating a digital course and you feel overwhelmed by the idea, or you're not sure where to start, or it feels like a lot has to go into this, I'm going to show you otherwise today. And I can't wait to break it down for you so it feels easier. Let it be easy. And throughout this training, keep that motto in mind. Let it be easy. Now, I know this is easier said than done, but I want you to turn off all distractions. I want you to silence your cell phone. I want you to take all the windows that are open up on your computer, shut them down. Give me your undivided attention. And if you do, like I said, I promise to make this worth every minute of your time. Now, after the masterclass, my very favorite thing to do is jump onto social and see who was here. And so if you take a photo, if you take a snapshot of something you learned or something you like, make sure to tag me on Instagram stories because I want to reshare it on my social media as well. And I want to see you and I want to see what you loved and what you took a snapshot of. So make sure to tag me on Instagram stories so I can see all of that after the masterclass. Okay, so I promised you that in the first 5 minutes of this masterclass, I was going to show you a strategy that will give you instant momentum. And that strategy is called the Post-it note party. The Post-it note party. And this Post-it note party will take you 20 minutes to do after the masterclass. So within 48 hours, I want you to commit to doing this Post-it party. First, I'll tell you what it's going to look like, and then you tell me if you're committed to doing it. The Post-it note party is to help you create your very first draft of your online course. And it's simpler than you think. This is the exact strategy that I have used for years and years to create my digital courses. It's the first step that I do. So are you ready? Okay, the first thing you're going to do is take one course idea. I know, some of you have many course ideas and you don't know which one to go and jump into. We're going to get to that today. But right now, just take the one that lights you up the most. And if maybe you have one idea and you're not even sure if it's a good idea, take that one as well. We're just going to run with one course idea. Now from there, you're going to grab a stack of Post-it notes and a Sharpie. I love office supplies. If you do too, give me a yes, a heck yes in the comments, but grab all the office supplies, specifically a stack of Post-it notes and a Sharpie. And then what you're going to do is you're going to set a timer for 10 minutes max. And I want you to play some good music. You can still Journey's Don't Stop Believin' if that's what you want to do, but get some good music on, get it going through your body and get energized. Because for 10 minutes, you're going to go for it. You're going to post every idea and story and piece of content and insight and action item that comes to mind. I want you to take all the ideas in your head and get them onto paper. So incredibly important that you take this step. Now, once you've done that, that takes 10 minutes. Once you've done that, take 10 more minutes and I want you to start organizing your Post-its. So first you're going to put them all on a mirror or a wall. And let me just tell you right here, this is exactly what I did at my house to create my last digital course. This is the example from my actual digital course. I went from this image here to start organizing them into specific phases or steps, or how might you teach it? And you might say, Amy, I don't know how I'm going to teach it. I'm going to throw that back at you. Well, if you did know, how might you teach it? What are the steps or the phases that you want to teach? Start putting your ideas and exercises and insights into different areas on your wall or on your mirror so that you can start putting it into an order that you want to teach. So something to think about. Now with that, once you've done this, you, my friend, actually have your first draft of a digital course, which, hallelujah, that's a huge step. I'll teach you what to do after this a little bit later in the training, but who here is committed to fast track their digital course success by doing the Post-it note party? It can just take you 10 minutes. So let me know in the comments. Give me a yes, give me all the emojis. Are you willing to do a Post-it note party in order to get your first draft of your digital course out there? I want to know in the comments. Now, there's always like a tiny bit of delay of what I say and what you hear. So I always have to wait just a second. Oh, there you go. They're starting to come into the comments. I love that. I love that. Okay. All right, let's see here. Great, great, great. So here you go. 100% yes, I'm going to do it. I'll do it. I'll do it. Yes, yes, yes. Woo-wee, says Sheila. Woo-wee. I think that's a yes as well. Okay, so I'm not exactly sure why you've shown up here today, but I'm going to make an educated guess. You're going to tell me if it's one of these 3 reasons. I want you in the comments when I hit your reason. Are you ready? Reason number 1, you're excited. You're excited about the possibility of making money online with a digital course. 5 figures, 6 figures, maybe even 7 figures. That actually has you excited. Is that you? Or how about number 2? You're motivated. You're motivated to move away from what you don't want into what you do want. You're motivated to leave the one-on-one or the side or the service-based business you have in order to create something that's more sustainable, something that doesn't burn you out, something that actually can make you more money and give you more time. Maybe it's that. Or how about reason 3? You're just intrigued. You're intrigued by this idea that you can streamline your offers, streamline your business while making great money and a big impact with the digital course. So which one is it? 1, you're excited about the earning potential. 2, you're motivated to lessen or leave behind the one-on-one work. Or 3, you're intrigued with simplifying your business. I want to know in the comments, is it 1, 2, or 3? Oh, I see you there. So Billy says, yes, yes, yes. It's all of them. All 3, which I totally can relate. Lots of 2s. A lot of you are coaches and consultants, and you want to move away from a one-on-one business or do less of that, or maybe do less and charge more and then make up the rest of your revenue with a digital course. I get it. I've been there. I was 2, to be very specific. So I know what a digital course can do for your business, and I want you definitely to think about what that might look like for you. Okay, so moving on, whatever your motivation, I fully support you. I fully support you, and I know that you are here for a reason, and I want to make this worth your time so you can dive in. But for just about 2 minutes, I want to take a moment to tell you a little bit about me if you've never been on a masterclass with me before. So I live in Nashville, Tennessee, but I just moved from Southern California where I was born and raised. My husband was a San Diego firefighter. He just recently retired, and our 19-year-old son goes to UC Davis, so he's still back in Cali, and I can't believe I have a son in college. Once upon a time, I was the director of content for peak performance coach Tony Robbins. And for 6.5 years, I got to travel the world with Tony and work on the events such as Unleash the Power Within and Date with Destiny. So if you're a Tony Robbins fan, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. But I also got to work on the content that he would put into his digital courses. And that's where my first love of digital courses came about so many years ago. Fast forward 13 years, and I've been building my business since then. 90% of my revenue comes from my own programs, meaning my digital courses. I say no to the projects that drain me and yes to the projects that light me up. I have a team of full-time employees all over the US. We're all virtual. We all work from home, and we only work a 4-day work week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we work. We take off all Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. I want to teach people how to get out of the hustle mentality because I've lived in there for many years. And so I committed to teaching you how to create digital courses and how to have more freedom in your life because of it. Financial freedom, lifestyle freedom, time freedom. I want you to do the things you absolutely love and spend the time you want to spend it the way you want to spend it. Digital courses can do that for you. I've created 8 successful digital courses with over 48,000 students enrolled in those courses, and I've generated over $43 million in revenue with my digital courses. When it comes to courses, I know a thing or two about what works and what doesn't, and I'm so very honored to share that with you here today. So I've got a question for you. Can you imagine what it would feel like if you only said yes to the projects that truly light you up? Meaning you no longer said yes to the things you didn't want to do. You no longer take that client that you're dreading working with. You no longer take on that project that you don't want to do. I want you saying yes to the things that light you up, and a digital course can get you there. Okay, if you're anything like me, then you like to know what's happening at all times. When my husband Hobie takes me on a hike, I want to know, when are we going? Where are we going? How long are we going to be gone? Are there lots of hills? When do we stop for snacks? And when does it all end? Like, maybe I'm not loving hikes with my husband, but I want to know all the details. I'm a little controlling, I guess you could say that. But if you're anything like me, you want to know how this is all going down. So here you go. First up, I'm going to show you how to choose your course topic, that topic that's going to help you sell your digital course to people that cannot wait to buy it. Next up, I'm going to give you the 5 steps to outline your course. Now that you have the Post-it note party, I'm going to show you how to take that to the next step. From there, I'm going to show you the power of a small but mighty email list. You do not need a big email list to launch a digital course. I'm going to give you proof. From there, I'm going to show you the perfect course recording style that would fit into your personality, how you want to deliver your course. You're going to make a decision today on the type of recording style that works for you. And then I'm going to show you why you only need one digital course to be successful. When I show you that, I want you to pay close attention, because if you feel like you're trying to do a million things at once, you're throwing this offer out there, that offer, this, and nothing seems to be working, I have a solution for you. And if you love everything that I teach you and you're like, Amy, I want to work with you, I'll tell you how you can do so at the end. But because we're live, I will be answering your questions. If you stay to the end and you have questions for me about creating and launching your digital course, I'm going to get to those questions. So just know my team is standing by to collect any questions that come through. I will be answering them in real time. Okay, so are you ready for mistake number 1? So mistake number 1 is telling yourself that you need to have a rock solid idea before you actually start it. Hold on, I've got to see that one more time. I'm sorry. Okay, each time? Okay, so I'm good. I'll just stay like this. Okay, we're good. You're going to see me throughout the entire training and it's all good. So number 1 mistake, telling yourself that you need to have a rock solid idea before starting. You don't. And here's what I want you to really think about. One of the questions that tends to come up with that is, how do I know which topic to teach? What if nobody buys? How do I know which topic to teach? But specifically, there's a very deep fear with my first-time students that they're like, Amy, what if I put it out there and nobody buys? What am I going to do? And the thing is, when you think about selling your digital course, before you get it out into the world, you're going to validate your course idea. You're going to make sure that there's an audience who actually wants it. And I can help you do that. But before we even get there, you've got to make some solid decisions to set the foundation to ensure that you're creating a course that people want to buy. And there's 2 things, or really 3 things that you need to know. Number 1, you do not need to be the expert of all experts. You just need a 10% edge. That means that you need to know what or how to get results so you can teach other people how to do that. So a 10% edge means you're 10% ahead of those you serve, so you can show them the roadmap of how to get there. But you don't need an MBA. You don't need years and years of experience. You don't even need special certifications. You just need to have gotten results for yourself or for somebody else, and you're willing to show how you got those results. So you're 10% ahead or more of those that you serve. So don't think that you need more experience, my friend, to create a digital course. You are already ready to create a digital course. Okay, there are 3 approaches to a digital course. The first approach is that you've gotten results for yourself and now you're going to teach someone else how to do it. Let me know in the comments if this is the approach that you're going to do. Meaning, let's say that you went from sitting on the couch to running a marathon in 3 months, and you know exactly the training schedule you used. You got results for yourself. You're going to teach it in a digital course. Or let's say that you got your picky toddler to eat their breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and you know the strategies to make it happen because you worked on it with your family. Now you're teaching it into a digital course. That's approach number 1. You got results, and you're going to teach other people how to get results. Approach number 2 is that you've gotten results for a client or a customer or even a family member or friend, and now you're going to teach how you got them results. So if you work one-on-one, if you're a coach or a consultant, ding, 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 this is the one that you're going to choose. You're going to take that approach that you take with your one-on-one clients, you're going to tweak it a bit and put that into a digital course so that you no longer hit that ceiling of how much money you can make or how much time you can spend with your students. And then third is a little bit of a hybrid. You're going to take a technique or a method that you've used in the past, and you're going to teach that in a digital course. Let's say you're really good with a software. One of my students, she is an interior designer, and there's this specific software. It's not her software. It's just software that she's perfected. She's really good at it and uses it to run her design business. She started teaching that in a digital course and made 6 figures teaching how to use this software that it wasn't even her software. She just knew a technique or a method on how to use it. So my question for you is, which one is your perfect approach? Is it 1, 2, or 3? Let me know in the comments. Okay, I see a lot of 3s, which is unusual. I tend to see a lot of 1s. Oh, here's the 1s and the 2s popping up as well. And there's a lot of hybrids. Like, I'm going to do my personal results, but I'm going to teach a method. So 1 and 3 or 2 and 3 makes perfect sense. So start wrapping your head around, okay, this is the approach I'm going to take. I am my own testimonial, or my clients will be my testimonial. Where have you gotten the results? Now, moving on from that, there are 3 types of digital courses. And I'm going to walk you through each type of digital course. And I'm going to give you an example from one of my students to really bring it to life. So the first type of digital course is a starter course. This is a jumping off 101 course. Typically, if you create a starter course, you charge anywhere from $100 to $200 for your course. And you're not promising big results. You're just promising people how to get started. You're going to give them the basics so they get going. So many people are stuck and don't know how to get started, so you're going to help them get started. So that's a starter course. Now, let me give you an example of one of my favorite students. Her name is Carly. And Carly was postpartum with her second child and wasn't feeling her best. She knew she needed to make a change. And her friend introduced her to Ayurveda, and her life began to change. So with Ayurveda, it's one of the world's oldest holistic healing systems. It really taps into the mind, body, and spirit. And she learned this technique, and what she did is she started to master it. She started to apply it to her life. She started to become her own result, meaning she got results in her own life. And then she thought, I've got to teach this to other people. It's changed my life. I've got to teach it. So she created this course called Everyday Ayurveda, and it's 8 simple lessons, just 8 simple lessons. And they're designed to give you daily habits so you can start applying this system to your life. And so this is her starter course. Now, don't think that starter courses can't be profitable, because she made $22,000 on her very first launch. And then she quickly moved to evergreen, meaning she put it on automation. So where I'm here live with you now, she made that more automated. And since then, she's generated $165,000 with a starter course. Okay, so before I get there, I want to tell you about the second type of digital course, and that is a spotlight course. And a spotlight course might be my favorite course to teach. So a spotlight course is taking one area of your expertise and shining a light on it, going deep with that one area. You might think of all the things you want to teach, and you could teach this, and you could teach that, and this, and that. But then you decide, I'm just going to teach one very specific thing in my course. Makes it very easy to teach it. Usually a spotlight course is anywhere from $200 to $500. So let me give you an example of a spotlight course. So this is Abby, and Abby is a hairstylist who created a digital course to teach other hairstylists balayage. Now, balayage is a technique, remember approach number 3, for coloring hair. But this is a spotlight course because Abby could have taught 10 of the things she knows about hairstyling to other hairstylists. So she had a lot of things she could teach, but she chose one thing and she went deep. And with that, she generated $17,000 in her very first launch. Amazing, right? So impressive. And this is with a Spotlight course. Now, the third type of digital course that you can create is what I call a signature course. It's the Mac Daddy of all courses. It's that big course that you're promising big results. Because you're promising big results, you can charge more, anywhere from $500 to $3,000 for a signature course, and you're going to give them the step-by-step details to get these big results. Everything from point A to point Z and in between, you're going to teach them to get these big results that you're promising. So a signature course is definitely more robust. So let me give you an example. This is Marguerite, and she started with one-on-one financial consulting. But like many of you can relate, she felt limited by the amount of time that she had and the number of people that she could serve. So because of that, she thought, I want to move away from one-on-one. So Marguerite's signature course is a 6-week group coaching program helping female business owners gain financial clarity, confidence, and create the ultimate financial plan. Her signature course is called Your Profit Playbook. In her very first course she launched, she made $63,000. She's gone on to launch that course several times with even bigger results. So these are the 3 types of digital courses, and I want to know in the comments right now, do you think a starter course is a good fit for you right now, or a Spotlight course, or a signature course? What kind of course is a good fit for you? I want to know in the comments right now. Let me know. And I'm going to come back and I'm going to check on all of you. Is it a starter, Spotlight, or signature? Okay, so I see them rolling in. Okay, good. Get in the comments and share this so other people can see as well. Many starters, I love it. Some Spotlight for sure. And then some of you, Prudence, she's going for a signature course. I love it. There's no wrong answer here, but making decisions gives you momentum. All right, moving on. Whether it's teaching how to create a healthy lifestyle, sharing tax strategies, pregnancy tips, or teaching people how to pass the bar exam the first time out. When creating a course, it's not the topic that matters most. It's your willingness to believe in your abilities and to take yourself seriously. Part of creating a successful digital course is your mindset. I can teach you strategies all day long, and I would love to do so, but you also need to believe in yourself. Even when you're not sure it's going to work, as long as you don't give up, you, my friend, can have a successful digital course. Okay, moving on to mistake number 2, and that is believing you have to know exactly how you're going to teach your content. Believing that you know exactly how you're going to teach it. The mistake is that you don't need to know that. And who would ever teach you that if you didn't know? One of the things that I think is important is to find a guide that's gone before you to show you how to do it so you can sidestep all the mistakes. So every time I create a digital course, as you already know, I do the post-it party. But the second thing I do is I go through a 5-step process. Now, I call it the Porterfield process for outlining your digital course because this is exactly what I do with each of my courses. The first thing I do is I pinpoint the problem and the promise. I'll actually show you an example of this just so I can bring it to reality for you. The next thing I do is I outline the kind of lessons that I want to teach. What are the big main points that I want to teach in my course? And then I take the post-it note party and I start taking all those ideas from the walls and I get them into a Google Doc and I say, okay, this is how I want to teach it. And this is the content I want to teach in each of my lessons. But then from there, this is the step that most people won't teach you. After I've got all my lessons and all my ideas and insights and exercises in a Google Doc, it tends to be more robust than you think. I prune. I start to refine what's in there and take some things out so that I don't overwhelm my students. I promise you, it's an important step. And then so that I don't have to teach everything in video, I make some PDFs, step-by-step PDFs that go along with the course so that it's easier for me and I don't have to teach everything on video. Good stuff, right? Now, I can't get into all the details with this here, but this is the process I teach my students. But I want to talk about that very first step to actually create at a deeper level your digital course outline after a post-it note party. And that is pinpointing the problem and the promise. So when you think about the promise, when you think about the people you want to support, what's their biggest challenge? What is keeping them from moving forward? And this is a question you want to ask. What is their biggest challenge? Now, with that, then you're going to say, what results will you help your students achieve? You're going to answer that question. What results will you help your students achieve? What do they truly want or need? So incredibly important to get clear on the problem and the promise. It's the first place you're going to start. Now, I love to show you an example. So here's an example of Sakina, and she is a professional food photographer. And her potential students were spending way too much time trying to take delicious food images like the ones they saw in Food and Wine magazine, but they never measured up. And they were really struggling. That was their challenge. And so she said, okay, I'm going to create a course, and this is the promise. If you take my course, you will learn how to take magazine-worthy food photos that sell for premium prices. So that's the digital course that she created. Learn how to take magazine-worthy food photos that sell for premium prices. When you know your promise, it's easier to sell your course. When you know your promise, it's easier to sell your course. And that's exactly what Sakina did. On her very first launch, she enrolled 31 students into her course and made $14,901. I love the specificity that she sent our way. So I want to show you these examples because these are examples of people that didn't know if their course was going to sell, didn't know if anyone would buy, but they followed my system and they took the leap of faith to get it out into the world. Now you might be saying, again, Amy, how do I know if my idea is worth paying for? What if no one buys? That is a very common fear to have. And what you'll want to do is you'll want to validate your course idea. You'll want to talk to potential students to make sure that they actually want what you need. And there's ways to do that in a really simple way. But I wanted to tell you about Mark. Mark helps eBay, Amazon, and Etsy sellers understand the specific tax strategies they need to know. Now, Mark wasn't sure if his course was going to sell, but his biggest fear is that he said, Amy, who's going to buy a boring tax training course online? He thought, no one's going to buy this. Even though I know that they need it, this sounds so boring. But that was the point, that he knew that they needed it because he started to listen to other people asking questions and he thought, I've got the answers that you need. So with that, he launched it for the first time and he made $39,000. The second time, $107,000. The third time, $142,000 with one digital course. I want to show you, I love when my students send the receipts. And he said, if you read that very first line, it blew my expectations out of the water. The second time, he launched the exact same course. You can simplify how you do business if you create one course and launch it over and over again. Okay, moving on to mistake number 3. This one is important. Many of you do not have an email list or you have a very small email list. And mistake number 3 is waiting until you have a big email list, whatever that number means to you, to create your course. I don't want you to wait. Let me give you some examples and then we'll get into some specifics. This is Rob Green. And Rob created a spotlight course. And specifically, he taught people, other photographers, how to use flash photography so that it looks like natural lighting. And so when he used to do that in his business, people would say, how did you do that? Pay attention to when people ask you how you've done something because they want to know how to do it, meaning they will pay you to know your expertise. Pay attention to when people ask you, oh my gosh, show me how you did that. How did you do that? I want to know more. And that's precisely what happened with Rob. He had a list of 100 people, launched his course, and generated $12,000. Now, again, look at his face in this photo. He's like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that actually happened. He's gone on to create even more success with his digital course. This is Danae. Danae's an accountant as well, just like Mark, and she teaches accounting to small business owners struggling with their numbers. She had 277 people on her email list, and in her first launch made over $27,000. You do not need a big email list to create your digital course. But one of the questions I get asked a lot is, okay, Amy, so can I grow my email list while I'm creating my digital course? And the answer is absolutely, because growing an email list is something that I want you to start today. I'll tell you a little bit how to do that later, but start today and start growing your email list every day in your business. It becomes easier and more organic once you get it off the ground. But you can also be creating your digital course as you are growing your email list. So yes, you can definitely do those together. Now, some of you don't have an email list just yet, and I want to assure you that there's other ways to pre-sell your digital course. Yep, you heard me right. I said pre-sell. So the way I teach how to sell a digital course is to sell it and then create it, meaning you don't have to create your course before you know you're going to make money with it. So let's say you pre-sell your course in worst case scenario, because I know it's easy to go there. Let's say nobody buys in the pre-sell. Well, we're going to go back to the drawing table. We're going to figure out where we might have gone wrong, maybe with our messaging, maybe with the topic, and then we're going to go back into the world. But you didn't create the course, so you have tons of wiggle room to rework that topic. That's worst case scenario. Typically, it never works out that way. Typically, you pre-sell it, you make money, and then you create it. But on social media, one of the things that helps a lot of people that don't have an email list is they can pre-sell their course. They could actually make money with their course before they create it by talking about it on social. So take a snapshot just to remind yourself of all the different ways you can use social media to pre-sell your course. So take a snapshot of this slide right here. But more importantly, I'll give you just a second to do so. I want you to take a snapshot of this slide right here. This slide is all the different ways that you can talk about your digital course on social media so that you can pre-sell it before you create it. Like share your transformation in a story on Instagram Reels, or highlight a student success story, or share what's possible when they get the results that they want. So there's all these different ways that you can post about your course on social media in order to grab people's attention. So even with a small email list, social media can help you sell as well. This is Raya, and one of the things that I love about her, well, first of all, she teaches struggling and burned out estheticians how to build successful brick and mortar businesses. And one of the things I love about her is she didn't have a big email list, and she actually didn't even want to sell with webinars. She used Instagram stories to sell her digital course. And then she asked some friends and affiliates of hers to tell other people about her course. And so she went an unconventional way and generated over $100,000 with her course. There's different ways you can do this. I want you to choose the way that feels right for you. All right, so this is my favorite part of the training. If you're multitasking, come back to me right now. We're gonna do this really quickly. I want you to tell me this. We're gonna kind of look ahead. We're 6 months ahead. We're 1 year ahead. What's one thing you're gonna stop doing when your course is successful? What's one thing you're gonna stop doing when your course is successful? I want to share 2 examples of my students. This is Danara. She's made over $280,000 with her digital course. And when I asked her this question, she said, I stopped taking custom orders. If I want to do a few, I will, but now I never have to, which feels good. Imagine never having to do anything in your business that you don't want to do. When her course was successful, I'll tell you about her course in a moment, she stopped taking custom orders. This is Braden Drake, and Braden's made over $59,000 with his courses. And he said, Amy, when I started making money with my courses, I stopped cleaning my house and I hired a cleaning crew instead. How wonderful is that, right? Now he has time to rest or work on his digital course, but he doesn't have to clean the house as well. When your course is successful, you get to make different kind of decisions. And that's why I want you to get that course out into the world as fast as possible. Okay, so let me actually back up just once. In the comments, what would you stop doing? So I just saw someone said, I'd leave my day job. I'd quit my job, says Sue. Jonah says the same thing. Alicia says, I'd stop worrying so much. Oh, I love that one. Let's see here. I'd stop spending so much time trying to attract customers on social media. Oh, okay. So maybe you'll grow your email list and maybe not do as much on social. Totally cool. cleaning my house, decide what shows I no longer want to attend to sell my art. Linda, I love that. Being more selective. That's fantastic. Okay, if you haven't done so already, get into the comments. Let me know what you'll stop doing when your course is successful. Okay, we are on mistake number 4. And mistake number 4 is believing you have to be a marketing pro and a tech pro to create and launch a profitable digital course. You don't have to be. The truth is you do not have to be. So many of my students never have launched a thing before they started working with me to create their digital courses. So believe me, you don't need to be a tech pro or a marketing pro. But one of the things you do need to do is you do need to decide how you're going to deliver your digital course. But you don't need a tech pro to do so. You're going to keep it simple. So I've got 2 ways for you to deliver your digital course. And that is either doing it live or pre-recorded. And right now, you can make a decision to give you momentum which way is best for you. And here's a hint. You're the boss, so you get to decide. There are no right or wrong answers, but you're going to know it in your gut. So are you ready? Come back to me if you're multitasking. I want you to decide how are you going to deliver your digital course. So the pros of delivering your course live. When you deliver your course live, you don't have to worry about editing. Woo! Mistakes are expected. Like me, I can't make some of my slides go full screen. You know I'm live. I'm not going to edit this out. If you catch the replay, you know that, I couldn't make it work, but here I am when we're still rolling with the punches. So when it's live, you don't have to edit. Plus, there's a higher perceived value when you're live. So if you're pre-recorded, some people lose interest quickly, even if it's the exact same content. Now, the cons of delivering your course live, when you do deliver it live, you won't be able to read a script. Like, I can't be right now being like, okay, and then the next thing you want to do is blah, blah, blah. No, I have to be here with you and be present. So it's a little bit more nerve-wracking when you're live. And also, you can't fix anything in the moment. So it's a little bit challenging with that. Okay, now on the flip side, let's talk about pre-recording. When you pre-record, you will have the opportunity to start over if you want to change directions. So if I was pre-recording and I couldn't get my slides to go full screen, I'd be like, let's shut this down for a minute. Hold on, let's fix this. Then I'd go back and I'd edit all of that out. Can't do that when you're live. So there is something kind of wonderful that you can fix your mistakes. Plus, when you pre-record, you don't have to worry about the stress. It's a little bit more anxious when you go live. And the cons of pre-recording is when you pre-record, it's expected that you're going to edit out most of the mistakes. So it can take time and energy and sometimes money to edit those videos. So a lot of my students prefer live so they don't have to edit anything. Now, I want you to take a quick snapshot of this slide right here. So if you're going to do it live or pre-recorded, there's some things that you need to know. You need a computer, check, you've already got that. And then if you want to do slides like I'm doing right now, you can use Keynote or PowerPoint or Google Slides, which are totally free. So I suggest to my students to use slides and audio so you don't have to be on camera the whole time. That's totally doable for many of you. And then if you're going to go live in a Facebook group or go live on Zoom. Everyone knows Zoom now. So going live, it's an easy way. You can choose an easy free platform if you go Facebook Live. And then in a Facebook group for paying students. And then of course a camera. So speaking of cameras, if you're going to show your face on video like I'm doing here, keep it simple. Grab that smartphone and just use your smartphone and don't pay for a fancy camera. But I know that some of you are like, I want to upgrade just a little. I love this Logitech camera. So take a snapshot of this. You can look at it later. And then if you want to go really sophisticated, like the camera I'm using now, it's a Sony. It's a really nice camera. So there's a suggestion of a great Sony that you can get. But I'm 13 years into this. My first few years, I would use a Logitech. That's the one I would use the most. Okay, so remember I told you about Danara earlier, and she's the one who stopped taking custom orders? Well, I wanted to tell you what she did with her digital course, because when she delivered her course, she went live on video in a closed Facebook group for students only in her tiny little kitchen. She said, I didn't have a fancy kitchen. It was even a small kitchen, but I didn't use slides. I didn't use audio. I just turned on my camera and said, hey guys, here's module 1. And I went live in a Facebook group. You can keep it simple. And believe me, simple can be profitable. Her first course, $64,000. Second course, $64,000 again. Third course, $158,000. Teaching people how to make caramel candy apples. You heard me right. Her course is called Failed Proof Caramel Apples, and believe me, she is a huge hit. You can do anything inside of a digital course if you set your mind to it. Once she had 2 very successful digital course launches, the media picked it up. She became a media superstar, and articles were written about her. If you want to be known for something, if you want to get on the radar of people and you want them to pay attention, create a digital course because you will be known for something and cut through the noise online. All right, so what is it going to be? Are you going to go live or do you plan to pre-record? Let me know in the comments. I want to know, live or pre-record. Make a decision right now. When you make a decision, it gives you momentum and more clarity because you can move forward doing the things you want to do. All right, mistake number 5. Are you ready for this one? Because this one is a quick one, but it's a powerful one. And that is, the mistake is believing that creating a successful digital course is too hard, too much work, too much goes into it. Only if you keep creating new courses left and right, here and there. That's not the plan. What I want you to do is I want you to create one course. And like Danira and like Braden and like all my other examples, launch it over and over and over again. This will free up time so you can do the things you want to do, spend time with your family, pick your kids up from school, have more time because you're not constantly in creation mode, which will slow you down. With my first digital course, when I launched it the first time, I made $30,000. Oops, here we go. And this is my first successful course. I had a few failures along the way because I didn't know what I was doing, which is why I now teach people how to do it. So in 2013, I created a course and it was a wild success. I made $30,000. I thought I was the richest person in the world. I remember where I was sitting in my little tiny condo in Carlsbad, California. I remember what I was wearing. I remember looking at my husband, Hobie, and saying, "You will never believe what I just did." And when I told him I made $30,000, he looked at me like I had 2 heads and he's like, "Is this legal?" Like, of course it's legal. I figured out how to sell online with a digital course. And instead of saying, great, let's move on to the next thing, I launched it again, $118,000. Then I launched it again, $283,000. Then I launched it again the next year, $950,000 with one launch. I had cracked the code. I realized that you only need one course that you launch over and over again to be successful. Now, don't take it from me because I have students who have done the same. This is Karita. Her course is called the Tap Teacher Lounge, and Karita coaches tap dance studio owners how to increase their enrollments. And so these are the different times that she's launched over and over and over again. She's generated over $65,000 with one specific course teaching tap dance curriculum to tap dance teachers. How specific can you get? This is another one of my students, Anne LaFollette, and she has the Pattern Design Academy. And Anne teaches how to create and perfect and sell your artwork in the surface design industry. Very specific, right? So Anne has launched many times. Actually, I couldn't fit all her launches up until 2021 because she's launched this year of the same course. I couldn't fit them all on the slide. But if you add these up and her courses from 2021, she's made over $500,000 creating and launching digital courses. Oh, but just one digital course that she's launched over and over again. How cool is that? This is doable, my friend. In fact, I wanted to show you what Paul said in one of my boot camp groups about creating digital courses when I gave him a pep talk around the fact that everybody has a course in them. You have an expertise, you have a knowledge, you have a mindset that you can teach in a digital course. Everybody does. It just takes courage to take the leap. And when I reminded Paul, he said, OMG, I can actually do this. And I mean that in my core for you as well. This is doable for you. All my success stories would have said, I don't know if this is going to work. And then they took the leap and then it did. As long as you don't give up and you're willing to do the work, you can create a successful digital course. So my question for you is, would you like me to help you create and launch a profitable digital course as quickly as possible? You can get your course out into the world before the end of the year if you get serious about it now. I hope you just said, yes, bring it on, because I want to personally invite you into Digital Course Academy. Now, Digital Course Academy is the only online training of its kind that shows you exactly how to create and market your digital course consistently throughout the year so that you can create a steady stream of revenue without having to always create something new. Give me a yes in the comments if you're like, I'm sick of starting from scratch and starting over and trying to find out what works. Imagine if you had one course and you launched it once and you had some success and you thought, that worked. I can do that again. That is where confidence comes from. If you struggle with confidence, you're going to love Digital Course Academy. Here's everything that we're going to put into action. Nail down your course topic. Validate your course idea. Pre-sell your course so you make money before you actually create it. Fully outline your course. Create a high converting webinar. I'm going to show you slide by slide how to do it. Leverage email marketing and social media to fill up your webinar. I'll show you how to use social media. I'll show you how to grow your email list if you don't have one. And craft a compelling sales page to boost your sales and how to record and publish your course content. This is everything that you're going to learn in Digital Course Academy. I will virtually hold your hand throughout the process. Inside Digital Course Academy, there are 7 modules that you will learn bit by bit, everything you need to know to create and launch a digital course. My most popular modules tend to be number 2, how to pre-sell, how to make some money before you create it, and how to validate your course idea to make sure people want it. And module number 5, the profitable webinar framework. If you've never done a webinar, I'm your girl. I'll walk you through slide by slide how to do it. The total value of Digital Course Academy is $2,997, and this is everything you get. There's 7 training modules with multiple video lessons under each module, from course creation, starting from scratch, to launching online. I'm going to give you videos and audios and PDF step-by-step guides, swipe files so you don't have to start from scratch, and templates so that you can plug in information and get it out into the world. And if you are fearful of the tech, I have you covered. I've got an entire tech how-to library where my resident tech guy, his name is Dave, will walk you through click by click everything you need to know to set up the proper inexpensive software to make it work. So there are 3 bonuses when you enroll in Digital Course Academy. Number 1, 10 weeks of live Q&A sessions with me 4 days a week. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I am live in a private DCA members only group, and I will be answering questions. You don't have to be there live every day. Just show up when you've got a question for me. 4 days a week for 10 weeks. Also, how to stay alive when going live with Jam Gamble. Jam Gamble is a live video expert, and she teaches you how to get comfortable on video. This is for anyone who's fearful of putting themselves out there or you're hesitant to go live. And then number 3 is a ticket to my 2-day entrepreneur experience virtual event. It's in December. After the DCA program ends, you get invited to a 2-day free ticket event where I have special guests talking about imposter syndrome, email marketing, how to get PR to grow your audience, how to turn your course into something even bigger. We're covering it all. So the total value with all the bonuses is $4,888. And I know what you're thinking. All right, Amy, go ahead, tell us the price. And I could charge almost $5,000 for this program because it is that good. Let alone I'm with you 4 days a week, live in a group answering your questions. Plus, the entire program is step by step. But I also know that many of you are on a budget and you need to make money with your course before you can spend a lot of money. So with that, you can get started with Digital Course Academy for just $19.97, and the entire program with the bonuses are yours. Now, I do have one other easy way to start. If you'd rather do a 6-pay, you can actually get started today for just $387 and then 5 installments to follow, each 30 days apart. So if a 6-pay is easier for you, all those bonuses that I just outlined are still yours. Everything is yours, whether you do a 6-pay or a 1-pay. So click the button below. It says, let's do this. That button will go to the page with all the details so that you can enroll in Digital Course Academy and start your digital course now. Now, for those of you who don't yet have an email list, there's a bonus waiting for you. It's a 3-part bonus on how to get started growing your email list so that you can grow your email list and create your course at the same time. Okay, so at this point, if you're thinking, well, I don't know, should I do the 6-pay or the 1-pay? I do have an extra bonus for those of you who do the full pay. So if you pay $19.97 today, I've got another bonus, and it's called How to Use Facebook and Instagram Ads to Fill Up Your Webinars. So if you've ever wondered how I use ads and what that looks like, especially if you're on a budget, this bonus will help you just spend $5 a day to fill up your email list and your webinars. So this bonus is yours if you do the full pay option. Now, right now you might be thinking, okay, I'm not sure what I should do. And I see it as you have 2 options. Number 1, you could try to create a course on your own without a plan, but you'll run the big risk of being in the same place this time next year with a big open loop and no course to make you money. Or option number 2 is you can 100% commit to creating and launching your course using a proven roadmap. I hope you choose option 2 because I'm giving you the roadmap that I have used for over 13 years. Now, I want to let you know that for those of you who enroll in Digital Course Academy while we're here live, I've got a special little treat, and it's this mug. I drink my coffee from this mug every morning, and it says Course Creator Fuel. And this mug is one of my favorites. Now, I know you might be thinking, it's just a mug. But when you're in it, when you're showing up, when you're doing the work, and you have something to symbolize, like remind you, okay, I'm doing it, this is happening, it kind of just gets you extra excited. So if you want the Course Creator Fuel mug, you just have to enroll while we're still here live. I'm going to go into Q&A, so make sure you enroll right now, and then look for an email from my team, Team Porterfield, and they're going to ask you your shipping address. We want to get this out to you right away. So all you need to do is enroll while you're still here live with me, and you get the Course Creator Fuel mug, which just makes it extra fun. All right, I want to remind you that I'm not extra special. I don't have access to exclusive experts or technology or resources. I just have a proven roadmap, and I follow it every single time I create a course, and I want to give that roadmap to you. That's what's inside DCA. Now, if I can do it, I firmly believe you can do it as well. And I want to let you know that I do offer a 14-day money-back guarantee. So if you do the work and you still are not satisfied, show me that you've done the work, and I will gladly give you a refund in the first 14 days of when you get Module 1. Module 1 officially is released on October 4th. So you have 2 weeks after October 4th to see if this is the program for you. So just know that there is a money-back guarantee, but I don't want any tire kickers. I want you to be serious about getting this course out into the world. I want you to be excited, but you always have a guarantee that if it's not right for you, you can definitely ask for a refund. All right, my friends, so one more time, you get the entire program, which is a $2,997 value. Bonus number 1, for 10 weeks, I am live in a private Facebook group answering your questions Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, but you get lifetime access into the program. So you get to keep this program forever. But for 10 weeks, I get to go on the journey with you. Bonus number 2 is a video expert, Jam Gamble. She's going to show you how to stay alive when going live. And bonus number 3 is a ticket to my 2-day entrepreneur experience. It's a virtual event from the comfort of your home. Only Digital Course Academy students get an invite. Now, speaking of that event, my keynote speaker this year is Levy Ajayi Jones, and she's going to talk about moving past fear and doing those big, bold things that you want to do in your life. It's the ultimate pep talk and inspiration. Jen Gottlieb is a PR expert. She owns her own PR firm, and she's going to show you how to get noticed and how to grow your audience. Tarzan K is an extraordinary copywriter. She's going to teach you how to write emails that actually sell your courses. And my MC is Devon Brown, who will just entertain us the whole time and make sure we have a great time. I'm going to be teaching as well on how to up-level your digital course. This is everything you want at the end of DCA. This is happening in December. It's 2 days. It's recorded if you don't make it live. So once again, click the button below that says, let's do this. You can get started for just $387 today, 5 installments to follow, each 30 days apart, or you can do a one-time payment of $19.97 and get that extra special Facebook and Instagram ads bonus. But no matter if you choose the 6-pay or the 1-pay, you enroll while we are still here live, and the Course Creator Fuel Mug is yours, which is always so much fun. All right, my friends, if you are thinking about joining, but you're just a little bit afraid, and that's totally normal. It's a big investment. You've never done something like this before. I get it. But here's what I want to show you what we're going to overcome in Digital Course Academy. So what we're going to overcome in Digital Course Academy is some of the most important things you need to overcome as an entrepreneur. We're going to overcome your fear of selling online, fear of no one showing up to your webinar, fear of no one buying your course, fear of tech overwhelm, fear of putting yourself out there, fear of showing up on video, and fear of not knowing what to do and how to do it. It's time that we bust through these fears. I've been an entrepreneur for almost 13 years, and I've experienced every single one of these fears, but I don't anymore. I know how to overcome them. And while I teach you how to create a digital course and launch it out into the world, we're going to address each of these fears so you have the ultimate confidence at the end of the program. Now, I do have a framework. This is the exact framework I teach and what I use for all my launches. You don't need to read or remember any of this, but you do need to know that I know how to get you results, and I will follow a framework to do so. And we're going to go step by step by step. So here's what you'll do. Click the button below that says, let's do this. It takes you to a page that looks exactly like this. You're going to scroll down and you're going to look for the two options, a 6-pay or a one-time pay. So 6-pay at $387 today and you can get started. Or if you want the $19.97 1-pay, you get the extra Facebook and Instagram ads bonus. But you always get the mug if you sign up while I'm still here live, which I'll be here a little bit longer for a Q&A. You're going to go to the order form, fill out the details, and then from there, it's going to take you to a page where we're going to pop some confetti, and this is how you know you're officially enrolled in Digital Course Academy. So after you click the button, pop some more confetti because it's fun, you're going to get an email from me in about 15 minutes with login details. You're going to take those login details, log into a page that looks exactly like this, and once you get into the program, look in your course library for Digital Course Academy. Once you find Digital Course Academy, it will take you to a page that looks like this, watch my welcome video. Now, one of the things that I think is so incredibly important here is not only to watch my welcome video, but download the Digital Course Academy project plan, where you will see everything we're going to do in the program. And then if you need help growing your email list, from now until when the course starts on August 4th, I want you to dive into growing your email list starting now. You can do that while you create your course. So click the Let's Do This button below and get started. I can't wait to see you in the course. The bootcamp, or not the bootcamp, the Facebook group is officially opened up already. So you can get in the Facebook group and introduce yourself. I can't wait to meet you there. And again, you get the mug if you enroll while we are still here live. Okay, so I'm not exactly sure why you showed up here today, but I want to get into some Q&A to see what kind of questions you have. But I will say that you're very busy and you either came because you feel stuck. Your business is not making enough money, but you're not sure what your next best move should be. Or maybe you're tired, you're exhausted from too much one-on-one work, and you want to be able to choose who you work with and when you work. That is valid. I get that. Or maybe you want more. You're intrigued by the idea that you can simplify your business by creating a single digital course. One course that you will launch over and over again. But you might be having some doubts. You might be saying, Amy, I want to join, but I got a few questions. Like maybe you're thinking, I don't know if I have a good enough idea for a digital course. Inside Digital Course Academy, in Module 1, the very first module you get, I teach something called the Course Creation Sweet Spot, where we look at your expertise, your knowledge, and your know-how, and then we look at your audience's struggles and challenges, and we make sure those first two things are aligned, what you teach and what your audience is struggling with. And then we look at where have people spent money? Are there courses? Is there coaching or consulting or podcast or books on the topic that you want to teach? And if the answer is yes, that is a very good thing. If there's another digital course out there on the topic you want to teach about, ding, 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 that's a good thing because that means that there is a need for that in the world. So always look for validation clues. And then number 4, I'm saying 3, 4, think about what lights you up. If you have a lot of ideas for a digital course, which is the one that truly lights you up the most? This is how you choose your digital course topic. I'll get into this even deeper in Module 1. Now, this is Nell, one of my students, and let me tell you something really crafty that she did. So she's a video producer and a copywriter, but she didn't want to create a course on that. She wanted to create a course on turning clay into beautiful pots and dishes. And so she decided she wanted to create this course, but she didn't want to be the teacher in the course. So she got resourceful. She bought Digital Course Academy, and then she went to her clay instructor and said, listen, I've got this course that will teach me all about how to put the curriculum together, how to piece it all together, how to deliver it, how to market it. There's a whole marketing plan, but I don't want to teach it. Will you teach it and I'll do all the other stuff and we can split the revenue? And her instructor, her clay instructor, said yes. $33,000 and she was a success. And this is actually in another country. So it's in Belgium. So if you ever wondered, will Digital Course Academy work for me if I'm not in the US? Yes, it will. Okay, maybe you're thinking, I don't have the time to create a course right now. Well, you're in luck because we have decided to put our entire Digital Course Academy program into a student-only podcast, meaning you can put me in your earbuds when you don't have time to watch my videos so that you're getting the content and you're not missing out. So to make it easier, we have an entire podcast with all of my lessons. You're thinking maybe, I want to join Digital Course Academy, but I don't have an email list. So can I still launch a course? The answer is yes. Remember this, it's not the size of your list that matters. It's your commitment to nurture your audience consistently. So don't worry that you don't have thousands of people on your email list. I want you to make a milestone. Your first milestone is get 100 people on your email list, and then 200, and then 300. And I want you to work up to 500 being your big first milestone. But as you saw in my examples, you don't even need to have 500 people to be a success. But the bigger your email list gets, the easier it is to launch a successful digital course. So this is Meredith. She had 240 people on her email list and made $20,000 with a course that teaches high-achieving moms how to integrate health and wellness effortlessly into their family's lifestyle. She is proof that you do not need a huge email list to be successful. All right, you might be thinking, ooh, I want to create a digital course, but I don't know about webinars, Amy. And the thing is, I know they can be scary at first, but check out what one of my students said about Module 5 in Digital Course Academy. Mikey says, holy guacamole, I'm seriously mind blown from the lesson in Digital Course Academy where Amy walks you through slide by slide of her own webinar slide deck. For reals, this one lesson is worth the entire course investment. Biggest compliment I could get. So just know that I will show you exactly what it takes to create a successful webinar to sell your course. You might be thinking, I'm not sure that my course topic will translate inside of a digital course. So remember, I'm going to teach you how to pre-sell your course. I'm going to teach you how to actually make money with your course before you create it so that you can have the ultimate validation that your idea will translate into a course. But a lot of people have topics that they're like, ooh, I don't know if that's going to work in a digital course. Like Marilyn, one of my students who left her corporate job, and she's a psychic medium. And so she helps people create the life they want by aligning their soul to their goals. Her digital course is called Soul Finder Academy, and she generated over $54,000 with her very first course launch. This is a topic that's not going to make you money. This is a topic that you're not going to get these really specific results like lose a certain amount of weight or run a marathon like my example earlier. It's how to align your soul with your goals. And she made $54,000. You might be thinking, I don't know where to start. I feel like I may be overcomplicating things, and you might be. Let it be easy. And one of the ways I make it easier for you is with the Digital Course Academy project plan. It's a step-by-step guide. As you do each of the things, you check it off. This project plan is waiting for you right now when you get into Digital Course Academy tonight. So don't wait, because you can see everything we're going to do with the project plan. So let's go ahead and get into some Q&A. And what I'll say right now is don't wait if you're ready to do this. So go to the button below. Let's do this. Enroll in Digital Course Academy. Look for the email where I ask you for your shipping address so we can do a virtual cheers together with your new Course Creator Fuel mug. I promise you, one morning you're going to wake up and you're not going to feel like working on your course. It's been a long week. Things have been rough. And you get your coffee or your tea in your mug and you're like, wait a second, I'm in this. I'm doing this. This is a reminder. Let's make it happen. I promise you that day's going to come. So get the mug by signing up before I jump off here. Okay, so here's what we want to do. I want to give a shout out to some of our new students. And actually, I'm going to do that right now. So let's give a shout out to some of our new students, and then I'm going to go into a very, very rapid fire Q&A for all of you so I can get to as many questions as possible. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to give a big shout out first to Melissa, Tara, Lisa, and Aaron. Welcome to Digital Course Academy. Woo! As you can see, I've got my Woo Squad behind me or in front of me, so they're going to cheer you on. We've got Chris, Carrie, Linda, and Julie. Welcome to the program. And then Leslie and Marcy, welcome to Digital Course Academy. I'm so glad you're here. Okay, so we've got confetti this whole time. So if you're enrolling, I'm going to see your name pop up so I can give you a shout out as well. Okay, so let's get to some questions. And let's see here. What if you're not already in coaching or teaching? I have no experience in this realm at all. You're in luck. So most people that come into Digital Course Academy, they're not a coach or a teacher. There's a lot of coaches and teachers, but there's a lot of people who have never taught what they want to teach in a course. My time with Tony Robbins, who's an ultimate content creator, I know how to create content from my time with Tony Robbins. And I take that very seriously. How to teach, how to create the content to put in your course. I take the time in Digital Course Academy to teach you that. There's an actual lesson on how to teach your content inside of a course, because I think the teaching is just as important as the marketing. So if you've never taught it before, you don't know how to lay it out in slide decks, you don't know what that looks like, I have got you covered. That is a big part of Digital Course Academy. Okay, Jess says, is there a good way to know when to move from live launches to evergreen? Or are there cases where you might recommend going straight to evergreen? So just to make sure everyone knows what we're talking about, right now I'm live. I'm promoting Digital Course Academy. I'm here with you in Nashville at 8:12 p.m. on a Tuesday night. I am here with you live. But a lot of people like to launch a course on evergreen, meaning this masterclass, they'll pre-record it. And then they'll play it multiple times during the week. And that is cool too. There is a higher perceived value with live. And I do believe you learn more about what your audience needs and wants if you do a few live launches. So my answer to you is I'd love to see you do 2 live launches with your digital course. And if you're converting at a level that feels good to you, you can take what you've learned and move that into an automated or evergreen launch so you don't have to show up live. I have other courses on Evergreen as well. I love the model, and I do teach how to turn a live launch into Evergreen in Digital Course Academy. Don't tell anyone, but it's actually a bonus you receive on the final day of Digital Course Academy. I'll teach you how to turn everything into Evergreen when you're ready. Remember, you get lifetime access into the program, so keep that training for when you need it. But is there ever a good time to go straight to evergreen? I don't think so. I think you learn more about your audience, you learn about what works and what doesn't, and then you can lay it in evergreen. Evergreen is hard to figure out what's not working if you didn't go live first. Betsy says, how will I know how to attract people to my course? Betsy, in Module 1, one of the decisions you're going to make is who you want to attract. Who are they? What do they need? What do they want? And where do they spend their time online? And from there, you're going to start creating content to attract that person that you want to bring into your digital course as a student. So we go over this in detail in Module 1. But once you identify who you want to teach, who you want your audience to be, then if you get into my free list building bonus that's inside DCA, you can start attracting those people with the strategies that I teach you. So audience building is a big part of this whole process. Elise says, I feel overwhelmed about which course type to choose. Any tips? Yeah, so you're thinking maybe a starter. Hold on, let me drink some water. I hate drinking water on camera. It's my least favorite thing to do. It's like one of those things I'm embarrassed about, but I shouldn't be embarrassed about. I don't know. I'm weird like that. So if you're thinking about what type of course should you create, so a starter course, a spotlight course, or a signature course, well, number one, don't give it too much weight. This is one of those entrepreneurial rabbit holes. At the end of the day, it really doesn't matter what type of course you create. What matters is the results that you want to get people and how you're going to get those results. So just think about what kind of results do you want to get people? And then ask yourself, okay, what is it going to take to get them there? And quick enough, you'll realize, oh, that's probably a signature course. There's more modules and more lessons. It's a little bit of takes a little bit more time to get through it. Or if you're like, I just want to get them started in an area, then right away you'll see, oh, that feels more like a starter course. But don't get caught in starter, spotlight, or signature. At the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. What matters is you just getting clear on the problem you're solving and the promise of your course. So you can, if you need to, don't spend any more time in figuring that part out. I promise you can move forward without it. Okay, Annette says, does everyone have a course in them? I can't think of anything that I could do on a course. Is there a process inside Digital Course Academy to help uncover my course topic, or even if you have something to teach? So we do go over that in Module 1, but before you even get there, Annette, let's talk about this. Does everyone have a course in them? Absolutely. Because remember, in order to create a digital course, you just need to have gotten results for yourself or for somebody else, and you can teach how you got those results. I know, Annette, that you've gotten results in your life in many different areas, personal and professionally. And they don't need to be results that help people make money or help people build a business or anything like that. In fact, if you stay around a little bit longer, I'm going to flood you with a bunch of different course ideas from some of my students that might spark, oh, I could do this or I could do that. You absolutely have a course in you. So when you go to bed tonight, Annette, I want you to think, okay, where have I seen success in my life? What have I done really well? What have I done that people are like, how did you do that? Like, let me give you an example. I think you're making it too complicated. One of my students, her name is Sarah. We call her Sarah Sourdough. And Sarah teaches busy moms how to make sourdough bread. Now, if you go on YouTube and you Google, how do you make sourdough bread? You will find thousands of different hits for free content on how to create sourdough bread. So why did Sarah make over $17,000 with her first digital course? Because her students wanted to learn from her. Sarah's also a busy mom. They got her, they related to her, they wanted to learn from her. And she had a fast way to go from point A to point B. They didn't have to hunt and peck all over the web like, is this the right recipe? Is that recipe going to tell me which ingredients? Is this No. When people want results and they want results fast, they pay for it. So don't think that you can't create a course because it's already for free online. That does not matter. So keep that in mind. Okay, there are so many, like hundreds and hundreds of you still on. So here's what I want to do. If you're thinking about joining Digital Course Academy, but you're on the fence, you're thinking, Amy, I want to join, but I'm on the fence because ... What is that? Why are you on the fence? I want to know. So I want you to type into the comments, I'm on the fence because. I'm on the fence because, and then tell me why. The last thing I will do is encourage you to join my course if you're not a good fit, because I will be stressed out supporting you for 10 weeks if you're not a good fit. So you tell me why you're on the fence, and I'll tell you if you're a good fit for the program or not. So start typing. I'm on the fence because. Put it in the comments. I want to answer those too as well. So I'll get to all the questions if I can as fast as possible. But if you're here right now and you're like, I'm going to do this. I'm scared, but I'm excited. I'm going to take the leap. I'm going to do this. Go ahead, click that button. Let's do this right now so that you get the mug and you can jump off and know that you got an extra special bonus today as well. Okay, so let's see here. I have to cough. Hold on. I have been talking all day and it's finally catching up with my throat. So I think some tea and honey tonight and I'll be just fine. Okay. Cindy says, I'm already in another business coaching program. How much time will this take? Great question. So to go through each of my modules, week by week, I release them. It's about an hour. So my videos, if you add up all my lessons under each module, about an hour. But what I encourage you to do is spend 2 to 5 hours a week, if you can, to actually implement what I teach you. This is a program where you do the work and you get results. So I want you to spend the time to actually do the work. Now, that means that you might want to do a few hours on the weekends or a few hours in the morning or evening if you have a 9-to-5 job, which a lot of my students do. Or in your case, you're going through a business coaching program, so you might have a little bit of limited time. So it might take you a little bit longer to get through the program, but the great thing is there's no rush. I encourage all my students to go at their own pace. You have lifetime access, and all of my Q&As are recorded. So you don't have to watch all of them live, and you can always go back to them even after the 10-week period. You have access to all my Q&A videos. Okay. Tina says, I'm on the fence because I'm not sure my idea is good enough. I can promise you, Tina, that about 99.9% of my students weren't sure if their idea was good enough when they started. And as you can see, I have hundreds of success stories of people that weren't really sure if it was a good idea or not. So the reason I tell you this is that is a normal feeling to have. But the reason why I created Module 2 of Digital Course Academy is because in Module 2, I'm going to help you validate your course idea. There's this one thing that I teach. I don't want to give it away too much, but it's called course calls, where you actually get on a call or a Zoom call, whatever you want, and you interview your potential students, a few of them, and I give you the questions to ask them, and it will uncover what you might be missing or what you might want to know about before you actually decide on your topic and fill in all the details. So if you're unsure, I will help you get more clarity. That will happen in DCA. Let's see here. I am on the fence because I don't have an email list. A lot of people don't have an email list that join Digital Course Academy. So if you don't have an email list and you're willing to create your email list while you're working on creating your course, I have a 3-part video series inside a Digital Course Academy of how to get started with your email list. I think an email list is important, and I want you to grow that email list. You saw a lot of my students had a few hundred or even 100 people on their email list with success. But the bigger your list gets, the easier it is to sell. So I want your first milestone to be 100, and then 200, working all the way up to 500. Once you have 500 people on your email list, you are sure to have success with your digital course, but you could launch before that as well. It's up to you. Mary says, I'm on the fence because I'm scared. Mary, I love your honesty. You're scared. I bet a lot of people that are listening right now are scared. And whether you're scared because you're thinking, what if this doesn't work? What if I buy yet another digital course and I don't finish it? I know that's some of you. What if I buy this and then I put it out there and nobody wants it? These are all very valid fears. But being scared is very normal for entrepreneurs. I'm scared all the time. But the difference between being scared and actually seeing success is that you just move through the fear and you show up anyway. So think about this. Mary, one of the ways to get past the fear is to get very clear on your why. Why do you want to be successful in your digital course? What do you want from that? Do you want to be more available for your family? Pick up your kids at 3 o'clock when they get out of school. Do you want to contribute more to the family? Do you want to build wealth so you can go on those vacations you want to go on? Or do you want to quit your 9-to-5 job so you can be your own boss? What is it that you want? Get really clear on what you want and why you want it. Your why you want to be successful is very important, and here's why. Your why has to be stronger than your worry. When you're scared, you're worried that things aren't going to work out. But when you get clear on why you're doing all this, why you're willing to take the leap, why you're willing to do what you want to do to get the success that you want to get, when your why is bigger than your worry, you will succeed. And on the days that your worry flattens you, your why can be strong enough to pick you up, dust you off, and send you on your way. We all are scared, my friend. Do not let the fear hold you back from realizing your big, bold goals that you've set for yourself. And I don't think you're the only one that feels that way, so I wanted to put that out there as well. Kristen says, I need to run this by my husband. I respect that. When you're sharing the finances and you have to run big decisions by your husband, I totally get it. So Kristen, if you run it by your husband and he says that he totally supports you, then that's like the best case scenario. And if he says, I'm a little concerned about this, have compassion for him because he might not totally understand your vision yet. So when you talk to him, I don't want you to tell him there's this girl, Amy, and she's got this course and it's 7 modules and she's got videos and PDFs and bonuses. No. Talk to him about your why. Why do you want to be successful in your business? Why do you want to create a business? Why do you want to leave your 9-to-5 if that's your situation and do this? Why do you want to have this kind of success? Share your vision with him so at least he understands at a heart level and not just like a surface level of just here's the features of the program. Really get to the heart of it, and I really hope he supports you on that. Okay, I'm on the fence because I don't know the total cost involved beyond the cost of Digital Course Academy. Great question. So right now in the comments, my team is going to post a resource of what other software I recommend to get your course up and running. Some of it is free to get started, and the other software I recommend is an all-in-one. It does many things and it's inexpensive. You could use it for all of your marketing in your business. I'm very conscious of not recommending anything that's expensive because I know Digital Course Academy is a big investment for many of you. So I'm not going to add on a bunch of other things you need to do. So in the comments below, look for my team posting a resource. It's going to be a long URL. It will take you to a page with some details about the other software I recommend. Let's see here. I've purchased several courses like this and nothing's worked. Okay, so for those of you who feel like, look, I've done this or I've done that and it hasn't worked for me, I actually want to recommend, let me go here for a quick second. I want to recommend that you reach out to my team, and I'm going to tell you something special that we've actually never done before until this year. So this is my team, and we are getting on Zoom calls. You can turn your camera on or off, whatever you want to do, and you have the opportunity to speak to somebody on my team, whether it be someone from my community, customer experience, my content team. They are standing by. They're not commission-based, so they're not going to like make the sell. They only want to help you to decide if you're on the fence. And if you've tried a bunch of other programs that haven't worked, they'll hear you out and show you how our program is different. They will never ever badmouth anybody else's programs, but what they can say is what our program looks like and what it's about. So they can share some experiences based on your experiences. I highly recommend that you get on a call with one of my team members if you seriously want to talk to somebody before you make the decision, because we are here for you and we would love to chat with you about getting into the program and if you're a good fit. Okay, so let's see here. Sheila says, I'm in the process of rebranding my business and starting from scratch. So a lot of people are starting over or changing things, especially from COVID. And I think that's totally normal and valid. If you have an idea for a digital course, if you know who you want to serve, then you can rebrand and create your course at the same time. But if you're like, Amy, I don't know what direction I'm going to go. I don't really have a course idea just yet. I don't really have a business. Then yeah, digital course is not right for you right now. We'll likely offer the course in about a year from now. We haven't totally decided when, and so you can join us then. But if you're serious about getting a course done, let's say now to the end of the year, or maybe in the next 6 months, this is the time to get into Digital Course Academy before it's too late. Let's see here. I'm on the fence because I'm worried I'm not worthy of spending this money on myself. That one just hits me. And I really appreciate your vulnerability with that. So the thing is, in order to be an entrepreneur, and I know this to my core, to my bones, in order to be a successful entrepreneur, you have to be willing to invest in yourself. You have to be willing to invest in yourself. Because the thing is, you don't know all the stuff you need to know. Whether you want to learn how to create a digital course from me, or you want to learn how to do other things from other experts in the field, how will you know unless you invest in learning how to do it? And I don't believe that you should look for everything that's free online, because you will pay a price of being overwhelmed and stressed. You're either going to pay the price of Digital Course Academy and enter at a 6 payment or a 1 payment, or you pay the price of hunting and pecking all over the web, stressing yourself out, not knowing if you're doing it right or not. You always end up paying the price, my friend. So paying $2,000 and fast tracking your way, imagine if you sold a course for $500, 4 units. You sell 4 courses and you've paid for Digital Course Academy. You are worth that and a whole lot more. I want you to remember that you are just as worthy to have success in your online business as all of the success stories I've told you about. You are just as worthy as all of the other people who have had success with digital courses. I want you to believe in yourself. I want you to remind yourself that you get to do this. This is your time. You get to shine with your digital course. So please, please do not let this opportunity pass by because you think you're not worthy, because you are anything but. And you can make up this money so much quicker than you even think if you put your head down and you get to work. Okay, so let's see here. Zill says, I have a full-time job that takes a lot of my energy. Totally get that. That's why you get full-time, lifetime access into the program, why I've taken the program and put it into a private member podcast. So on your commute, you can put me in your earbuds. And in addition to that, you can go as fast or as slow as you want to create your digital course. Why not have this something that you chip away with every single week, little by little, until you get it done? Here's the greatest thing. I actually have to go full screen and tell you this. I keep thinking, what is that? It's my water bottle. So, not one of my course creators, my successful course creators, not one of them has ever thought after they've had success, they've never said, wait, pay attention, come back here, I want you to hear this. Not one of my successful course creators, after they've had success, have they said, well, that took way too long. That's crappy. That just took way too long. I made $10,000 and it took way too long. I made $100,000. It took way too long. No, they do not say that. No one ever feels like it takes too long when you finally hit success. You're just happy you're successful and you're looking forward. So don't think that I'd be so sad if someone didn't join Digital Course Academy because you thought, well, I don't want to wait 3 months to create my course, or 6 months, or however long you want it to take you. I don't want to wait that long. The thing is, fast forward 6 months, and if you don't take Digital Course Academy because you think it's going to take too long to create your course, fast forward 6 months, where are you? What's different? How does your life look? I think that's so important to think about. Actually, that just reminded me, I want to do a fun exercise that my friend Annie did with me a while back. And I think it's a really cool thing to think about. Just indulge me for a quick minute, and then I'll get to a bunch of questions, and we'll give some shout outs to more of our course, new course creators. So pretend that you are at the airport, and pretend that you and I are really good friends, okay? We're really good friends, and you're at the airport, and I happen to be at the airport at the same time. And you're going on this vacation that you have been waiting to go to. So think about where you would go. I'd go to Greece. So where would you go? Think about where you're going to take your next luxury vacation when your course is successful. And I see you in a year from now, and I bump into you, and I'm like, oh my gosh, hey, How are you? How are things going? And because we know each other through work, I'll say, how's your business? How's your business doing? What do you want to say a year from now? And maybe you're so bold to actually put it in the comments and share it with others. Where do you want to be in a year from now? Will you tell me, oh, I quit my 9-to-5 job. My digital courses are so successful that I'm focusing on that full time. Or do you say, oh, I finally cut back on some of my one-on-one coaching and consulting. I created a digital course and it's successful and my life is easier because of it. Like, where are you in a year from now? Because I promise you, if you don't get a plan, whether you join Digital Course or Academy or not, if you don't have a plan to sell something online consistently, it's really hard to make the kind of revenue you want to make the changes in your life, to be at a place in a year from now that you're really feeling good about. So just remember that we've got to show up differently now for our airport meetup to say that you're in a different place in your business or your life. And I believe that Digital Course Academy can get you to that place where you're doing something different, you're feeling different, life looks different. I do believe that that is possible for you. All right, my friends, let's do a few more shout outs and then I'm going to keep rapid firing the questions until I can get through almost all of them, if not everyone. So are you ready? All right. Let's do a quick shout out to Kimberly, Daryl, and Vanessa. Welcome to Digital Course Academy. And we've got Ellen, April, Melissa, and Genevieve. Welcome to the program. And Debbie, Joy, Tara, and Colette, welcome to Digital Course Academy. Scout is here to welcome you too. If you join Digital Course Academy, you will see Scout a lot. So all of you who have already joined, remember, this is the mug that you're going to get. And when you join, I'm going to send you an email to get your shipping address so I can get this out to you right away. So as you start creating your course, you're just sipping away on your favorite beverage. And sometimes there might be wine or confetti in your Digital Course Academy cup, and I'm not going to judge. Whatever you want in there, my friend. Okay, so let's see here. I'm on the fence because I'm afraid I don't have the time to commit and I won't be able to take full advantage of the course. You have lifetime access. You actually can go through all of my Q&As later, and I can promise you, if you've got the questions, someone else has it as well. I will be answering your questions in Digital Course Academy before you even know what your questions are. We've got thousands of people that joined the program, meaning that they have the same questions you have. So even if you do not take full advantage of the 10 weeks that I'm in the program, the beauty of this is you can do it on your own time and you can always come back to the Q&As, and the whole program is pre-recorded. So I chose the pre-recorded route, meaning all my videos are pre-recorded and edited, and every week starting October 4th, I will release a new module with multiple training videos. It takes about an hour to get through each of the modules, but then I'd love for you to spend a few hours in the week implementing if you can. Okay, I don't know technology, even how to get on Facebook. So I'm worried I won't be capable of learning and doing this. So two things that reminds me of. Number one, a lot of people come into Digital Course Academy with the fear of technology. You know, what's so unfair is that, especially, this isn't for everybody that's older, but especially if you get into Digital Course Academy, some of my students are 60, 70 years old. They're like, Amy, I was never taught any of this. And I see them crushing it. Anne LaFollette is in her 60s, and she had to teach herself all the technology from scratch. And I promise you, she didn't know about any of this before she quit her corporate job, which was at Gap and Old Navy in those corporate offices. So she taught herself how to do this from scratch in her late 50s and early 60s. So I want to put it out there that I believe at any age you can learn how to create a digital course and figure out the technology. But I take that part seriously. So I will walk you through click by click on what you need to do to actually figure out the technology. That is something that we slow down and teach you. But here's another cool thing. You have the entire digital course community to ask questions. And this is a very heart-centric community. They have compassion, they will slow down, and they will help you. And in Digital Course Academy, we encourage you, but we don't make it a must, to get inside of a DCA accountability pod. An accountability pod is a group of people that you're going to meet with every week, and you can keep each other accountable, making sure that you're doing the work and you're showing up so that you finish Digital Course Academy and get your program out into the world. So Digital Course Academy accountability pods, we teach you how to find your pod and how to get in there. You can do it or maybe not. But if the technology is slowing you down, get into an accountability pod so they can help you as well. All right, I'm on the fence because this is basically a DIY program except for the Facebook group Q&As. Do we have direct contact or coaching with you at any other time? No. So I do not do one-on-one coaching in Digital Course Academy. I do group coaching through Q&A, and I do have community, my community team. They will do specific trainings or Q&As or help people out in the group. Even more so if we need it more than me. So we have a lot of support, but this is not a one-on-one coaching or consulting program. I don't ever do one-on-one coaching or consulting. That's not the business model I love. I love creating courses and being in my communities. Great question. Okay, so you've got just a little while longer before I jump off. So if you want all the bonuses plus the Course Creators mug, this is the time to do it. I'm just going to stay on just a little bit longer. Okay, so let's see here. If you're still on the fence, start typing. I'm on the fence because, and I'll answer a bunch of those as well. Dr. Betsy says, I know that there is a market. 80% of women will have a pelvic health condition at some point in their lives, but how do I get to them? So I can promise you there are Facebook groups about pelvic health. I can promise you that there are podcasts that talk about this topic as well as other feminine health issues. And so what you want to do is you want to start centering yourself as a pelvic health expert. You want to start creating content on it, posting about it on social media, making little video trainings about it. The way you find your audience is you cast out free content around this topic where you're an expert. And then you start learning about what your students need and want so you can put that into your digital course. You find your audience by putting out content that will attract them. I do talk about this in the free bonus about how to grow your email list. I talk about how creating content will help you grow your audience and how to do it. Dan says, how do timelines work after pre-selling the course? How soon after do you do a full launch? Great question. So typically about 60 days after you pre-sell, you'll do a full launch of your course, and then you start fulfilling it. So in module 1, I do talk about this. There's 7 key decisions you're going to make. And in the 7th decision is when you're going to launch. And I map out the pre-launch and the pre-selling and all of that in module 1. So actually, Dan, you'll get your question in module 1 to show like how the actual timing works. But great question. Georgia says, can you start out pre-recording your course and then change to live? You can. Yeah, you can do your first few modules pre-recorded and then the last few modules live. People would probably love that because they'll get more access to you and can ask you questions in real time. So yeah, you can do a mixture of pre-recorded and then move to live. I don't see any problem with that. Great question. Vanessa says, how many times a year do you recommend launching your course? 2 to 3 times a year. Now, if it's a bigger course like Digital Course Academy, sometimes I launch it twice, sometimes I launch it once, but I have other courses that I've created since because I've been doing this for many years. But with one course, when I first launch it, I launch it 2 to 3 times in the same year. So spread out over, let a few months go by where you're list building during those months, and then you can launch it again, and then you're list building during those months, and you can launch it again. Let's see here. I have 0 email subscribers, no clients, and I'm starting from scratch, and I have a rough draft of my Spotlight course. Should I first focus my efforts on building an email list? You can, definitely. But what I don't want you to do is let tons of time go by and just focus on growing your email list. You can grow your email list while you create your digital course. So just wanted to let you know you can do that at the same time. One of the things that Digital Course Academy will do is help you kind of set that marketing foundation. Learn about who you want to create a course for and what your offer will look like, and actually validating a course by talking to students. So there's a lot you can do while you're growing your email list that will actually help you grow your email list. You'll learn that in DCA. So the two can actually go hand in hand if you want them to go hand in hand. Okay. So Ziba says, my question is about pricing. I'm selling to young teachers, and as a teacher myself, I know that money is an issue and teachers really don't like to spend a lot of money at once. While I would love to charge $200 for my Spotlight course, I just don't think anyone would buy it. What should I rely on more, knowing my audience or knowing the value of my course? It's a little bit of both. So one of the things I teach you in Digital Course Academy is about payment plans and about a 2-tiered offer. So what you could do, and I teach more about this in the program, but you could come out with a $100 offer, but then have a VIP offer where maybe it's $200, but they get more access to you, or they get some kind of extra special thing that they can't get at the introductory level. So you could have a 2-tiered course. Many of my students love to do that. But also, I have many teachers teaching teachers inside of my Digital Course Academy program. And they too have gotten to that point that when they start out, they're like, I can't charge a lot. What you'll notice over time is you can charge more depending on who you're serving, which might change a little bit as you get more experience. So I'd love to see you start out with, let's say, a $100 course, maybe an upsell to a $200 offer if you want. But yeah, I do think you should consider your audience for sure. Okay. Lynn says, what do you think about creating a few starter courses and then combining them into a signature course? I'm not a fan of that. I'm not a fan of creating a few courses and then putting them together. That the flow tends to be off and it tends to be more overwhelming than it needs to be. So my advice would be to create one Spotlight course, get it out there, sell it, see how it does, learn more about it, and that literally leads to the next best course you should create. Putting one course out there gives you so much detail about what is the next best step to take. So let that first course guide you. Okay, so let's see here. Let me see. Okay. I'm on the course because I'm wondering if I should list build first. Tamara, I totally understand that. And by all means, if that's the way you want to go and first grow your email list, what I don't want you to do is spend too much time just growing your email list. So if you take a good 3 months to grow your email list, and then you move into creating your digital course, you could then have your digital course up and running faster. So that's why I have a list building component in Digital Course Academy, because if you just want to create your digital course for a month or two, you have lifetime access into my program. So you get to go at your own pace, which makes it a whole lot easier. Okay, my friends, I'm jumping off in just a few minutes, so I want you to click the link below this video, and that link that says, let's do this, click that button, enroll in Digital Course Academy before I jump off so that you can also get the Course Creators Mug, which is also a lot of fun. But I want you to get into the program so you can take full advantage of what's waiting for you right now. For those of you who don't have an email list, you can literally start growing it tonight with the 3-part bonus that is waiting for you right now. Plus, I want you to get into the private Facebook group and introduce yourself and see who else is in that program. I think you're going to be inspired. I promised you that I would let me go here really fast. I wanted to kind of flood you with some course ideas, and I promised I would do this. So let me do this before I let you go, because I do think that this would be very valuable. If you're stuck thinking, I don't know if I have a good enough course, or I don't know if I should jump into the program just yet, I want to show you a bunch of people that don't have extensive expertise, fancy certifications, MBAs, years and years of experience. They got results for themselves or for their client, and they created a course. They didn't make it overcomplicated. They didn't add a bunch of bells and whistles, and they certainly didn't have huge email lists. So this is Alicia, and she helps parents to get their picky eaters' kids to eat better. Her course is $247, and in her first launch, she made $5,858. She's since gone on to launch over and over again for a total of $250,000. This is Andrea. Now, this topic might surprise you. She teaches mothers how to potty train babies from the moment that they are born. This is a real thing. Her course price is $397, and in her first launch, she made $20,000. This is Sue, and Sue teaches potters and ceramic artists how to control the glaze consistency process. Very, very specific. Her course price, $297. In her first launch, she made $13,000. This is Audrey Tom. In her course, she helps women learn all they need to make style effortless and easy for their everyday life. Her course price, $247. During COVID, she made $107,000. This is Hadar, and she teaches non-native English speakers how to speak English with a convincing American accent. Her course price is $397, and she made $100,000 in her first launch. This is Sarah. She teaches busy physicians how to get their paperwork charting done during the day so they don't have to bring it home with them at night. She's in Canada, and her course price is $1,600. That's a premium price, and she made $107,000 with her first launch. Pretty impressive, right? Here's what I want you to know. You do have a course in you. I have no doubt in my mind. And if you're scared to do it scared. If you're thinking, Amy, I want to do this so bad, but I've bought courses before and I haven't finished them. And I'm not sure if I'm going to follow through. Show up differently this time. I have very specific strategies to pull you through and help you get to that finish line. So I'm committed to helping you actually make this happen. But you too have to be committed to showing up different this time, blocking out time to do it. Make it happen for yourself. This can be a different experience. Now, I want to let you know, if you're still on the fence, I have a team that is standing by, amyporterfield.com/DCA team. And they are very happy to get on a Zoom call or put your video on or not, but get on Zoom and talk you through it just to make sure you're a good fit. So if you want to get on a call with one of my team members, they are not commission-based. They will tell you exactly if you're right for the program or not. amyporterfield.com/DCA team. All right, my friends, the time has come, and I want to make sure that you know that you have everything you need waiting for you in Digital Course Academy to make it a profitable experience. And if you really do the course math, you don't have to sell many courses to make up the price of Digital Course Academy so that the rest is gravy. You can have success faster than you think. Everything is waiting for you in Digital Course Academy. So what I want you to do is go to Amy Porterfield, I'm not even going to give you a URL. It's as easy as clicking the link below this video and get into the program. Now, I know that many of you, let me just look here. Oh, we've got some new people in the program. I'm going to stay for a little bit longer. I just saw there's so many more questions. Let me see how many I can get to, but let's do a few quick shout outs. So here we go. Anne, Jessica, and Billy, welcome to the program. I'm so excited to have you there. And we've got Jennifer, Robin, Christy, and Francis. Welcome, welcome. And Karen, Eva, Alicia, and Greta, welcome to Digital Course Academy. We're so excited to have you in the program, and I cannot wait to meet you in the private Facebook group. As you can see, my dog Scout is very excited as well. He loves when we do all the woos. So I can't wait to see you in the program. Okay, let me do a few more quick questions. Elisa says, I'm not sure how to translate accounting to education. I have so many accountants turned digital course educators in Digital Course Academy. I will teach you how to teach inside of your course. I want to tell you 100% it is doable. Actually, go to amyporterfield.com/stories, and you can probably find some accountants on that page to get even more inspiration. But if you go to amyporterfield.com/stories, I have over 150 success stories, and I'll tell you what they've done and what it looks like and what they've accomplished. So you might be a little bit or a lot inspired by their stories. But let me tell you, accounting will translate. If a psychic medium can teach inside of a digital course, then I promise you, you as an accountant can crush it by teaching inside of a course. I have no doubt in my mind. If you think about it like this, if it can be taught in a classroom, it can be taught in a digital course. And obviously, accounting can be taught in a classroom. You've got this, my friend. Okay, so let's see here. Can you speak to how comprehensive DCA is? I've bought a number of programs that didn't have enough information. Kim, I can promise you, from the bottom of my heart, this is a fully comprehensive, step-by-step, no stone left unturned program. You have a 14-day money-back guarantee. And Kim, I know once you get into Module 1 and Module 2, you will not want to leave. So I can guarantee you that it's a very thorough program covering everything you need to know. I think you're going to love the PDF step-by-step guides as well. Can we sell our course before the end of this year and create and start it in the new year? Absolutely. Now you got to get to work. You got to start today. You got to get into the program, get organized, block the time in your calendar. But yes, you can launch your course by the end of the year, and then you can actually deliver it week by week in the new year. Absolutely, no doubt in my mind. Bruno, what is involved in launching the same course again? So each time you launch it, I teach you how to do a debrief, like what worked, what didn't work, what did you love, what did you not love? I have a whole list of questions to ask. And so the next time you launch it, you're going to choose 1 or 2 areas that you want to improve. You're not going to take a list of 20 things to do differently the next time out. No, 1 or 2 areas that will move the needle significantly. Maybe make your copywriting better, or maybe make your sales page better. There's all these things that you can do. You can go back into DCA, watch the video again and say, okay, I could do this better. But you only choose a few core areas that you're going to make better each time you launch. Your course can get better, your marketing can get better, but we're just making a few small changes each time we launch till we get better and better and better. That is what it looks like. Let's see here. What's the difference between DCA and Courses That Convert? Courses That Convert is a program that I offered years ago that is no longer offered. I took Courses That Convert and Webinars That Convert, 2 separate programs. I retired both of them. I put them into one course and made it 1,000,000 times better. And that's how Digital Course Academy was born. Let's see here. Penny, my schedule won't allow me to start until November. Is this something I can do then, or is it now or never? If you enroll in Digital Course Academy now, you can start it in November. Some people have weddings that they're getting married or they're having babies, and they enroll in Digital Course Academy so they don't miss out, but then they start it when they're ready. So by all means, enroll now, Penny, and when you're ready in November, all the Q&As are recorded. The entire program is yours for a lifetime. You can start when you want. But what I don't want you to wait is a whole nother year to get into the program. Rhonda says, how do you conquer the lack of self-confidence? I could tell you right now. How do you conquer the lack of self-confidence? Confidence is something that comes with experience. When you start doing good, when you start seeing success, when the numbers start adding up, you start to have confidence. You don't start with confidence. You start with courage. So the way you get to more confidence is you first start with courage. Courage is a leap of faith. Courage is, I'm going to close my eyes and take the leap of faith and just know that I will eventually land on my feet. You start with courage and you take action. Action creates clarity. Clarity creates results. That is where the confidence comes from, when you start to see results. Don't look for confidence right now. Find the courage to take the leap and do something new and exciting, even though it scares you. The confidence will come when you start to see the results. Kyle says, how do you plan live parts of a launch, like a webinar, around your 9-to-5 day job? Great point. So if you have a 9-to-5 day job, you're going to do your webinars either on the weekend or in the evening. So I started this webinar at 7 p.m. this evening. And so night webinars are very popular with especially a lot of people that have day jobs. They've got kids. They got to get their kids fed and ready and all of that. Then they can settle down. So evening webinars are definitely a successful thing that you can do. You'll probably do less of them if you're working a 9-to-5 job. You just make it work with whatever time that you have. But a lot of my students have 9-to-5 jobs. Great question. How do you manage your notes as you teach live? How does it look if you have to look at your notes? Well, I'm just looking at my notes right now. If you have to glance down, look at your notes and glance back up, not a problem at all. But what you don't want to do is be live and then just sit here and read everything that you're going to teach and not interact with your audience. And so it's okay to look at your notes. It's okay to mess up a little bit. People know you're human. So take the stress off of you for sure. Let it be easy. Okay, my friends, let's see here. Do you have access to all the DCA modules at once, or is it dripped? Melanie, it's dripped. Week by week, starting October 4th, I'll drip the 7 modules, 7 weeks in a row. Then I'll stay in the program for an extra 3 weeks so that you can have time to go through the program and still ask me questions if you want. Let's see here. What if you don't do much on social media? Does DCA help with that, or is it too advanced? So the list building portion of Digital Course Academy will talk about some social media. And in the program where I teach you how to fill up your webinars, I teach you how to use social media to do so. It's not a social media course. We don't focus on that deeply, but I do teach you enough so that you can get success in filling up your webinars and growing your email list with social media. So it's always a part of my programs. All right, my friends, we have reached the end. If you are signing up right now, which I hope you are, you will still get the mug. And let's do one final shout out. Are you ready? We've got Susan, Kesha, Yvonne, and Cindy. Welcome to Digital Course Academy. And we've got Carla, David, Judith, Sherry, Crystal, and Chad. Welcome to the program. We're so very excited to have you in DCA. And what I want you all to do, those of you who signed up for the program, I want you to get inside the private Facebook group and let me know who you are, what you're about, and your idea for a digital course. I want to get to know you. And those of you who are still on the fence and haven't yet signed up, I want you to go to bed tonight and I want you to really think about what you want to create and why you want it. I want you to get really clear on what you're going after. I would love to help you create a successful business online, and I would love to cheer you on every step of the way. So I hope I see you in Digital Course Academy sooner than later, and I hope you all have an amazing, restful evening. All right, my friends, I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.